Zeg.
Wakker worden.
Het is nog hartstikke vroeg, meisje.
Nou en, kom nou, ons is het voorbij.
Oké, ja, je zin. Goedemorgen. Mag ik jullie voorstellen, dit is Rakiet. We staan hier met ons tentje aan de Dode Zee in Israël. En dat alles omdat ze een vraag heeft over de Dode Zee. En ze wil niet alleen het antwoord, nee, ze wil en ze moet de zonsopkomst zien. 6 uur 's ochtends. Nou, laten we eens kijken of die er is.
Mooi hè?
Ja, ik moet eerlijk zeggen, het ziet er fantastisch uit. Zeg, nou zijn we toch wakker. Ik stel voor om maar meteen te beginnen met ons Dode Zee-onderzoek. Oké, let's go. Laten we beginnen met de eerste proef, de drijfproef. Blijf je inderdaad drijven in de Dode Zee? Ik geloof dat de eerste proef, dat is wel duidelijk. Je blijft drijven in de Dode Zee. Tweede proef is de zoutproef. Even proeven.
Lekker!
Nou, hij is inderdaad, de Noordzee is zout, maar dit is volgens mij nog 10 keer zo erg. Dat is ook de reden dat je blijft drijven, geloof ik, hè? Het zoute water zorgt ervoor, op de een of andere manier, dat je blijft drijven. Dat is dus ook niet jouw vraag, maar wat wil jij weten?
Waarom is de Dode Zee zo zout?
Waarom is de Dode Zee zo zout? Dat is een goede vraag. Hé, hey, kijk eens. Eens wie eraan komt, zie je? Good morning.
Good morning.
You must be Joel.
Yes.
With a breakfast for us.
For you, of course.
That's super. Rakiet, dit is Joel, onze Dode Zee-deskundige. This is Rakiet.
How do you do?
And we just did some tests on the Dead Sea. We know that you can float on it. And we know now that it's very salty.
Very, very salty.
Very salty.
Yeah.
But she's got another question.
Why is the Dead Sea so salty?
Oh, that's a very good question. But before I answer the question, I have to tell you the Dead Sea is not a sea, but actually it's a lake. It's about 50 kilometers long and 20 kilometers wide. Now, the salt and minerals come inside the lake from rivers like the River Jordan and other rivers and springs. Now, this is the lowest place on earth, so it's very hot here and the evaporation is high. The water, because it's the lowest place on earth, have nowhere to go to except by evaporation to the sky. So all the salt and minerals that were contained here stay in the lake, but the water evaporates and then the concentration of the salt gets higher and higher all the time. I can show you it for an example in that tree over there.
Yeah. But maybe first we can enjoy that marvelous breakfast you took with you.
And you can even take your egg.
Joel, that was a great breakfast. Little bit salty, maar ja, kleinigheidje blijf je houden. This is the tree.
Yes, this is the example I wanted to show you of the high evaporation of this place. Look, the waves of the sea splash on this tree and the water evaporates and you can see how much salt this water contains. Now the evaporation here is so high that more water evaporates than water comes inside this lake. Now this creates a situation that the water level goes down 1 meter every year. If you come here next year, the water level won't be here. It will be 1 meter lower. Now I can show you a place in the south part of the Dead Sea where the concentration of the salt is so high because of the evaporation, so you actually see the salt like this inside the sea.
Joel, why do we call it the Dead Sea?
Oh, this sea is called the Dead Sea because with all the minerals and salt in it, the plants and animals cannot live inside it. so there is no life. But the mud near the sea can give you, is very healthy to you and can give you new life to the skin.
Het lijkt wel net de Zuidpool.
Ja, dat heb je gelijk, ja. She said it looks just like the South Pole with the ice in it.
It looks, but if you don't see any penguins, it can be the South Pole.
No
And
penguins,
it's not ice and salt, so maybe we'll call it the Salt Pole.
The Salt Pole,
Yeah.
that's a good name for it, yes. Yes.
And this is what I wanted to show you. This is the shallow place. And here you can see the evaporation is so high, so the salt settles on the ground of this sea. So it's very, very salty. Look how much salt is there, all the bottom of the sea.
So when this goes on, the evaporation for maybe hundreds of years, the Dead Sea will be empty?
It won't be actually empty, because this will go on, but it will stop when it reaches a balance. And this balance will reach about 200 meters below this level that we see today. Now the level is 400 meters below sea level, and it will reach at least 600 meters, and then it will reach a balance and it will stop. And now I'll bring you to the bottom of the sea.
To the bottom of the sea?
The bottom of the sea.
Kan helemaal niet.
It's not possible, because you cannot go in, because you float.
Oh, yes you can.
Yes?
Yes. Here we are at the bottom of the sea, 20,000 years ago.
Aha, 20,000 years ago. Now I understand.
Yeah.
So once this was all Dead Sea, water.
Yeah.
This was salt too?
No, this is not salt, because 20,000 years ago the sea was much higher and less saltier than it is now. This is another material called chalk.
Chalk, kalk, okay. Joël, I think we are satisfied. In ieder geval, ben jij tevreden, want het is jouw vraag.
Ja.
Ja? Dan kan ik stellen dat het Willem Wever team is satisfied. Thank you for showing us these great spots.
You're welcome and shalom.
Oké, shalom. Meisje, wat doen wij? Gaan wij nog even in de Dode Zee dobberen?
Nee, ik heb een veel beter idee.
Oh.
Ja.
Geen kiek?
Ja.